Okay, now we're going from helping others to helping ourselves, specifically in the realm of mental health. In his new book, It's Hard to Be a Person, author Brett Newski takes a more humorous approach to anxiety and depression. Well, Brett, I loved this book. I am one who has actually suffered from not just anxiety, but panic disorder in the past. I love how the idea of using humor as a kind of therapy for depression and anxiety. Tell us how your book does that.
I've always been a big fan of just like doodling or just keeping myself preoccupied so my brain can't run rampant and attack me. So, I've always used like music and songwriting or drawing, and doodling as kind of like a cheap free therapy. So I just started making these drawings, kind of making fun of my own anxieties and stuff. I've started putting them online as a total joke. People just started really responding to them, and they're like, make more. My partner at the time, Anna, who's a really brilliant person, she's like, this could be something. This could be a book. But it took like over 3 years. So I don't know if I'll ever make another book. It was a lot of work.
Well, Anna, it was nice that you used her in the dedication. I thought that was very sweet. You dedicated it to her. In your book, it says anxiety gets a bad or negative rap. Somewhere along the line, anxiety was deemed bad. In actuality, anxiety is useful energy. It is untapped creative fuel. It is there for a reason. All right, describe this, because there's been times I've had anxiety and it has not been helpful.
It's certainly in doses, it can be really crippling in larger doses. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in the rabbit hole. And for me, I think if I didn't have anxiety, like I probably wouldn't get anything done. It needs to be utilized, and it feels good to use it,
Yeah, that's great advice. I also like how you kind of make everyone feel like we're all the same, in the sense of we all have moments of self-doubt. And you also explain places to avoid that might trigger anxiety.
I think I wrote Arby's, high school reunion, casino, the
mall,
the Big Lost Casino.
What it is about Arby's?
When you eat Arby's, especially on tour, you feel like garbage, and you feel all your energy goes bye-bye, and your anxiety goes through the roof, and your depression starts to creep in. So if you put corn syrup down your gullet at Arby's, you're going to feel anxious. So, yeah. Actually,
that's a really good point. Do you think it's especially difficult for men to open up about depression and anxiety?
I would say so. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest, and, I can kind of relate to, that 70s show, the parents in that 70s show, like Red Foreman is kind of a tough guy. It was kind of hard to talk about feelings and anxieties and stuff, because I grew up in that kind of like blue collar Midwest, work hard, don't be soft work ethic, which I'm very grateful for, and it's been like actually very useful. But yeah, I think it is tougher for fellas to talk about like the squishy stuff and the deeper feelings. Obviously that's all changing now, and it's becoming more normal and mainstream and all right to do. So, it's a good time. It's a good time for the brain. It's a good time for mental health in that sense.
Yeah.
It's a bad time for mental health in the sense that we live in Instagram greatest hits culture. And I mean, let's be honest, social media is just a total net loss for the world, in my opinion.
I was going to say, what amazed me is how you summed up basically the talks on Capitol Hill about Facebook in one doodle.
Yeah. Why Facebook pisses you off.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. There are so many reasons that it isn't healthy for us. And that's just one of the main things you can take away from the book. What are some of the other things you want people to take away from this?
I think like using humor as a mode of therapy to get out of your own brain is kind of cool. I mean, I love depression comedy. It's my favorite form of comedy, whether it's Bo Burnham or Gary Gulman or whoever. So I think, the book has been really useful to people. I mean, I get emails about it every day, and really nice things. I try to save those and like look at them once in a while to remind myself that, to just keep going and stuff. The book is just a good blend of like ham-fisted humor meets like utilitarian useful tactics for like feeling better. And every page I wanted to have like a really specific thing to tackle. Like I get really paranoid if someone doesn't email me back, and I'm like worried they hate me or whatever. So one of the pages is like what to do if someone doesn't reply to your email and you're afraid that they hate you or whatever. And then like another page is like different stuff I do in my car to feel better while I'm driving. So I'll like take a baseball and like I'll just like kind of grind it on my back while I drive, and it kind of works out all that tension in your back while you're cruising around. So it's like whenever there's like 4 minutes of downtime in your day, there's always just like something you can do to play offense, against your own anxiety. So wonderful.